For this fleeting summer, Romirro shall once again celebrate the sea's gratis festival after many years. Grand ceremonies and festivities are in order. This event isn't often held, and it lasts for more than half a month. Affected by the atmosphere, I occasionally disguise myself so I can stroll through the city for peace of mind. One day, I hear a rumor from an old fisherman while I pass through the harbor. Long ago, before the sea god fell into a deep slumber, he left behind a mysterious blessing. Did you actually leave behind a blessing? Is it the pearls from the deep that are mentioned in the Tome of the Sea God? Try to remember what happened before you fell asleep. There might be a clue that will help you reclaim your power. Are you even listening to me?
No, I am not.
Rafayel, who's resting his head on my lap, lazily opens his eyes. I let out a small huff and tug at a strand of his hair.
I know you're going to say I'm too hasty in believing unverifiable rumors and myths again.
Your presumption is incorrect. I did leave something behind.
Ah?
But you can't call it a blessing. It could be a calamity. Finding it might trigger unpredictable consequences.
You're just making me more curious about what it actually is.
Think about it. When I fell asleep, Romirro wasn't founded yet. Should it still exist, where would you even begin your search?
I'm not sure. I've unconsciously braided part of his hair. I undo it before Rafayel notices. But why did you leave behind a blessing? What were you thinking at the time?
Does it matter?
Of course. Knowing your past is one of the essential steps to understanding you. And falling in love with you.
Ah, I see.
Suddenly, he touches the back of my neck before pushing down. And just like that, our noses are almost touching in this minuscule, delicate distance.
Give me an answer first. How much longer must I wait for you to fall in love with me?
His eyes hold a curiosity that's half genuine and half playful. Their colors, reminiscent of the sunset, gently shift in the light reflected from the rippling water. If we find the blessing, I might be so touched that I'll be absolutely smitten with you.
And if I don't accompany you, you'll always have this grievance?
Wouldn't go that far. However, my affection for you would certainly decrease by a minuscule... Ow! Rafayel flicks my forehead. Then, he sits up and unceremoniously pinches my cheek.
In this world, you are the only one who dare to threaten the sea god.
I understand that's how you say yes. Am I mistaken? But, as Rafayel said, The world has undergone countless transformations after he fell into a deep slumber. Seas have become mountains, and what were once valleys are now oceans. We said we'd search for the blessing he left behind, but I don't know where to even begin.
Where should our starting point be?
It's your blessing we're looking for. Are you just gonna let me lead the way? He takes 2 steps forward and observes Romirro in its entirety. The bustling city district lies on one side, while roads stretch toward the vividly picturesque wilderness on the other.
If we go to the city, we could get some fried shrimp cakes that are freshly made. But we have clear skies today. Taking a stroll through nature is also a good choice. Truly, we have to make a difficult decision.
You and I have different understandings of the word difficult. I mutter quietly. Then I realize we're making a gamble regardless. We might as well go with the flow. All right, let's go this way first. At the shore, I find a flat spot to sit down and rest. Rafayel, however, doesn't follow suit. He stares at something in the distance.
Why is there a ship here?
An old sea vessel has been washed ashore. Its hull has long since been eroded beyond repair by sea winds and ocean currents. I don't know where it came from, but my mother, the previous Castellan of Romirro, who brought me back, once said, "It might be from a distant era. People who followed the sea god's guidance left it behind as they departed for a distant voyage."
The sea god's guidance? Why do Romirro's denizens always invoke my name whenever they act?
It's because they fear an uncertain future. They need the sea god to give themselves courage. Unfortunately, they weren't successful.
To set sail with guidance that is uncertain, lonely courage deserves recognition. You did the same thing, did you not? You knew nothing of my identity, yet you took a leap of faith and jumped into the sea to find me.
I'll take that as a compliment. Do you think this guidance is your blessing?
Using my divine gaze given to me by my godly authority, I only see your wish to look for clues in that old ship. Look at that damaged hull. Even if you are correct in assuming something was left behind, the sea would have already claimed it eons ago, or someone picked it up. However, if you want to hunt for treasure, then hunt for treasure we shall.
What started as a jest of an adventure unexpectedly led us to find bits and pieces of treasure. I'm cleaning a piece of iron sheet with seawater when I turn my head. Rafayel is holding the remains of a letter opener's handle. He's deep in thought. That look on your face, has a memory related to the blessing resurfaced?
course not. This pattern consists of pemphis petals, 8 water droplets, and a conch shell spiral.
I lean in to get a closer look, but the object is so corroded that I can't make out anything. You can see all of that? Your divine gaze is godly in every sense of the word, huh?
This pattern is rare in Lemuria. It has only appeared in a few places.
A moment passes and Raphael turns his gaze toward the pitch-black sea with its massive whale-like waves.
One of my belongings could be under these waters.
Are you serious?
Perhaps. Perhaps not. It might not even be the blessing you seek.
This is already a great boon. Who cares whether it's the blessing or not? Let's hurry. Just as I'm about to take a step, Raphael catches me by the nape and pulls me back.
What's the rush? Are you going to abandon all these treasures you found? It should be somewhere around here.
Raphael leads me to stand under a tall coral structure. With a graceful movement of his fingertips, the sand on the seabed begins to ripple like water. Seconds pass, and a box encrusted with barnacles emerges. It's carried by the current until it floats gently into Raphael's hand. A conch shell? Inside the open box rests a blue conch. Its surface gleams with a luster as clear as flowing seawater.
This is a conch that can store sounds. Inside it should be my voice from a time before I fell asleep.
Huh?
Do you recall the pattern you saw earlier? The spiral shell motif originated from this conch.
That's how you remembered you left this conch behind?
It was speculation at best.
Raphael traces the patterns on the shell, and a translucent bubble slowly emerges from its opening. The surrounding light seemingly dims as the bubble floats between us. It emits a soft, blue glow reminiscent of moonlight. I never expected the first word to be my name. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Raphael is trying to destroy the bubble. Stifling my laughter, I quickly stop him. You can't do that. I want to hear it. Reluctant, Raphael stops as the voice from the conch intermittently continues to speak.
The blessing of the deep sea shall follow the cycle of the tides to be by your side. It shall guide your path forward and accompany you on your journey home. When that time comes, remember Lemuria in all of its grandeur for me.
There's a muffled thud and Raphael's voice is abruptly silenced.
I left a blessing behind after all. Why aren't you saying anything? The sea god's blessing was meant for you. I thought you'd be more excited.
I am, but you... It sounded like you were in pain. Why did you choose to leave behind that blessing for me?
I don't remember.
He doesn't give me a definitive answer and places the conch in my hand.
Even if there were regrets in the past, they've already been compensated by our present. After all, you're right here, by my side.
I slowly nod. Although there's still a hint of melancholy in my heart, I can't help but smile. You were genuinely fond of me back then.
My affection isn't only limited to the past. I can say I like you a lot at this very moment.
Hearing a straightforward response from him catches me off guard.
Shall we find a conch and leave behind a blessing for our future selves? Then your future self will have no doubts about my feelings for you at this moment. The problem is that I don't know where these conches can be found now. We'll need the Fantasia shark to be our guide.
That sounds great, but I don't need to wait. I take his outstretched hand and gently move it back and forth. Regardless of whether it's the past or the present, I have never doubted your heart.